What if the Bible is really a story about mushrooms? That's the shocking claim made by John Allegro in this book, Sacred Mushrooms and the Cross. I just finished it, so I want to give you a quick idea of how the book went, what I thought about it, and try not to ruin too much of it for you. So let's first start with the author himself, John Allegro. This wasn't just some kook off the street. This is one of the original scholars who was chosen to study and translate the Dead Sea Scrolls, mainly due to his linguist history, his ability to decipher different languages. He studied root words across Hebrew, Aramaic, Akkadian, Greek, Sumerian, Latin, and he really looked at the root words, the meanings of these various words as they were, translated, and tried to get back to the original meaning of the word. So he had a deep understanding in language. He's an expert, let's just say that. Now, here's how the logic goes. Ancient people noticed that rain came down from the sky and made plants grow. Sperm came out of the body, made babies grow. To them, these were mirrors of the same mystery. Heaven itself was like a giant phallus, and the rain was its divine seed, fertilizing the earth. What happened after the rain? Besides plants growing, well, mushrooms popped up. They were seen as a sacred plant, especially the red, white-spotted Amanita muscaria, or fly agaric, which could make you see visions of angels, gods, eternity. To the ancients, mushrooms weren't food. They were sacraments, direct messages from heaven, maybe even God in physical form. But there was a problem with this. These ideas were dangerous. At this time in history, talking about God as a giant penis in the sky or claiming mushrooms were angels, it went against the grain, and this could get you persecuted. So, for fear of death, the truth was kind of hidden. Stories were written in parables and symbols, the virgin birth, the resurrection, the heavenly bread, man in the wilderness. Allegro believed these weren't literal history, they were secret code for the mushroom sacrament. Even today, names of the drugs, common names, code names, are used all the time. So, I'll give you an example. Have you heard of Molly? It's easy for kids to disguise that conversation when they're talking to their friends on the phone. You can ask them, who are you talking about? Oh, Molly from school. That girl, that white girl, cocaine, hash, ganja, greens, herbs. How about the Beatles? Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Lucy, Sky, Diamonds, LSD. So, I think you get the point. We're still using codes today to discuss these various things that are not allowed by society. So, here's the important part. Allegories and secret meanings are fragile. Once a story gets translated to several languages, the original puns and double meanings, sacred wordplays, they can all disappear, kind of get lost in translation. Allegro argued that what survives in the Bible today are fragments, echoes, hidden mysteries that once made sense in their original tongue. And here's the most radical part. Allegro claimed that Jesus himself was not a man, but a symbol of the mushroom, the mediator between heaven and earth. In other words, Christianity may have started as a mushroom cult disguised in story form. It's highly controversial. This book got a ton of craziness, controversy when it came out. The church denounced it. A lot of scholars rejected it. Remember, the church has got big arms, a lot of money, far reach, and well, let's just say there's a ton of connections, various literary connections, root word connections, so much that even if only half of it was right, it really changes our whole understanding of the Bible, the whole meaning of some of these religions that are out there that stemmed from Christianity. So the Bible might not be the history of man, but it might be the story of a sacred patch of mushrooms hidden in plain sight for thousands of years. Either way, fascinating read, a little heavy on some of the technical jargon, but if you read through it, it's really makes you look at things differently when it comes to Christianity's origins. And I think that it makes a lot of sense for, even if some of these things were, let's say they were stories about a mushroom that was hidden in the conversation, the church eventually, through translations and things, went away from psychedelic sacraments and leaned in heavily more towards the historical use of these of a person opposed to the allegory behind it. So that's my 5-minute overview of the sacred mushroom and the cross, John Allegro. I think you should pick a copy up, put it on the shelf, read it, and it's a worthy read. So thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon.